Hey everybody, welcome to the video today. As you saw in the title, we are going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Eternia Playset. I did not realize that this was going to be here this week. I bought this not 2 full years ago, but it was back in November of 2022 when I bought this in their crowdfund that Mattel did this for. On Mattel Creations, and I knew it was going to come out before March of this year at that time, and then obviously all of 2023 I kind of forgot about this, and then 2 days ago I got an email that my package had shipped from Mattel Creations, and I did not know what it was talking about until I opened the email up and saw that it was the Eternia playset, and so I was kind of shocked. And it got here in 2 days, which I'm very impressed with. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. We're going to see what all is inside of this cardboard box. So take a look at it with me. Okay, everybody, before we get into the box and get this put together and show it off, just give you a look at the scale of this next to me. This is not much smaller than the box it came out of. Obviously, this is huge. I did not realize the box was going to be this big. I knew this was the biggest Masters of the Universe playset. Did not know it was going to be this big. Now, if you're unfamiliar, back in the 80s, this was also a release. I did not actually know about Eternia as a kid. I had Castle Grayskull. I did not have Snake Mountain, but some of my friends did. But Eternia I did not ever know about. It wasn't until I was an adult and I saw Eternia displayed at a store in town. That was the first time I saw the original Eternia, and I had no idea about it. So when the crowdfund was announced and I was collecting the Masters of the Universe Origins line already, I decided that I would participate and get it for my collection. So only problem is, once I get this together, I really don't know where I'm going to display it at. It's not going to be something that's displayed all the time, but I will want to display it at least for a little bit right now. So we'll see if I get if I can find a place to put it once we get this together. But let's take a look at the box and the art all the way around, and then we will open this up and see the contents. Now let's just start right off the bat. This artwork is really great on the outside of the box. Now I will say you probably noticed that my box is bent over here. I'm not too put out about that. I am planning to open this, definitely. I don't keep things in the box. I am going to keep the box. I do wish it had not gotten damaged in the process of shipping, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. But the artwork on here just looks fantastic, just like all the artwork does. If you've not seen any of the newer Masters of the Universe toys that are out in the Origins line, all the artwork looks so similar to the artwork that they had back in the 80s for the stuff, and it just looks fantastic. This does have the new for 24 logo there in the corner. And just all these different characters, so much going on here. Now if we look here on the top of the box, we can see just some different features and see the playset itself. And the sides of the box here are pretty nondescript, really. Just some black and white art of the playset. The same for the back of the box here. I'm going to try to make my way around and give you a view of the back. And it does say it's for use with your entire Masters of the Universe Origins collection. This side of the box also is pretty much the same. I believe the bottom of the box that I can't get to right now is probably mostly like this side here. So now I'm going to go ahead and open this up and we will get into everything that's inside. All right, so despite the box being damaged, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I managed to kind of mess it up as I tried to open it. There was an easier way to open it up, and thankfully I didn't tear it up too much opening it, but it just folds right open like this. So right away we have this really cool poster, and so that's going to be really great to frame, put up on the wall. It's the same artwork from the front of the box. It looks so cool. One thing I noticed on here, Lady Slither, I was not able to get her on Mattel Creations. She sold out. I missed the window for that pre-order. I hope they will make her available again. But just, this is such a cool poster, and I'm really glad that they included this. I don't remember if that was announced that this was getting included or not. If it was, I completely forgot about it. I haven't really kept up much with this project since I went ahead and put my money in on it. So we'll see what else is in here. I do want to mention, sadly, my poster got bent a little bit here where that box is bent right there, the damage I was showing. So it's not too bad, and it'll flatten out in a frame. But I do wish that this poster had not gotten damaged. Underneath the poster we have a Minicomic, which is standard in all the He-Man figures. We also have all of these decals that we're going to put on at some point, but not tonight. All right, and now we have all of these different boxes with the different pieces. So that is the next section in here. Obviously, our main tower, our other towers, the rail system, and this box here in the middle that says Masters of the Universe Origins presents Eternia, the ultimate battleground. So we will get into all of these next. Oh, lastly, we do have the Moat Monster here, one of the stretch goals. Now, there were two other stretch goals. One did not get met. I think the other stretch goal you had to fund it early on and be one of the early funders to get the other stretch goal. So I think this is the only one I have. Unfortunately, maybe I should have funded it earlier, but this is really cool. The art is nice, and I will open that up and we'll take a look at that. I was going to wait to do the decals, but the instructions do recommend to put them on first, so I will go ahead and do that. I'm in the process of putting this together. I just want to mention some of these screws are not going in all the way, and it's a little irritating. Shouldn't be an issue. Everything's still going to hold together fine. And I had some that did go in all the way just fine, but a lot of them didn't. And just a little frustrating. Maybe with a power drill I could do that. But also you run the risk of really messing it up if you use too much power. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. I'll fix these screws later. Also, I have moved everything to the floor because this would not fit on the table once I assembled everything. And you'll see when I get to the wider shots. All right, now this is the motor that you use here on the monorail. There are 3 different vehicles you can attach to this. You can only run one at a time. This is the jetpack. This is the shuttle. This is the sky cage. We are going to test it out now with the shuttle. Alright, this took me a while to put together. I'm glad I have it together. Let's check the shuttle out. Now this does take 2 AA batteries, and it fits the figure inside of it. So do the sky cage and the jetpack, so you can put your figures in it and they can go all around Eternia. This is probably the one of the coolest features of the Eternia set, but let's show off some of the other features. And I don't know if I captured it yet, but let's take one good long look here at Eternia from the front. It is absolutely massive, and I will take an in shot sitting next to it as we close out this video so you can see just how big this is. So right here at the front, now this statue here was not attached. It was a separate piece from the base, and there was a sticker that went underneath here. And I did apply all the stickers like it said, and some of the stickers definitely would have been more difficult to apply if I had waited until after I had assembled it. Now this one does not detach. If you pull this, then that will bring, well, let me do that again. If you pull this one, that brings up the drawbridge. So that is what this statue does. And over here to the side here, if you pull on this, then the front of Eternia will grab anyone who's out there on the bridge. While we are here, let's take a look at the Moat Monster. He has a lot of posability here with his jaw. His arms can move. We've got his body here. You can turn and move as well. And I know this would be a lot better if I had a tripod set up, but this is taking a lot out of me. Yeah, but see, you see his arms have a lot of posability here at the shoulders. The legs can move back and forth. They can move out a little bit, not much, but you can turn them back, forth. And the tail just has one cut in it, so you can just turn it if you wanted to. You can turn it around, but that's about it. It doesn't have any flexibility beyond that. But yeah, that is the Moat Monster, and we will stick him back in the moat for now. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other functions here. Now, starting off here on the Gray Skull side, it does say to place the booby trap on the monorail, so I guess that's the purpose of that. But down here there is a cage, and if we come down here, this does open up and close here in the front, and it just goes all the way to the back, and we're going to take a look at the back. Now over here, we can see we have this trap door. If you pull this switch, or push it, the trap door opens up, and we'll drop a figure down. And here you can just slide this over in order to get this door open to get the figure back out. Right now over here on this side with the Viper, if we go all the way down, you can see we have the handle down here, and that lets us control the head up here. We can turn it left and right, and if we pull down on it, the head will move as well, and it could attack whatever vehicle is on the monorail. Now these chains I probably won't keep on here all the time. When I do have it displayed, they're probably going to be easy to lose, possibly easy to break as well, but it's pretty easy to tell which chain goes where. Now lastly, we will look at the main building itself for Eternia, starting here on the bottom. Alright, so we have the ramp here that goes up here, the elevator. If you turn this handle, the elevator will go up. It will go all the way to the top. Well, all the way up to the top floor here. It won't go all the way up here. So here on the top floor of this cannon, this can be attached anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be attached to anything in particular. Now I will mention the elevator. Be careful about this chair right here. It does turn and move, but it's possible for the chair to block the pathway of the elevator, and you might run into an issue. I did earlier. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get the elevator to go up all the way, and it was just because of the placement of this chair. It was getting caught on it. This is just the interior here on the bottom floor. Just some stickers that you have to place in there, so that's one of those things you need to do before putting it together. And over here, like I was just showing, if you look up here, this is the controls for this little chair here. You can move around and it slides back and forth. But you can see the different controls in here, the computerized stuff here inside Eternia. Now this is a weapons rack area or weapons storage. This does come with several little weapons. I haven't put them in here yet, but that's the purpose of that. Now one of the neat things that is outlined here in the instructions is that you can set this up different ways. You can just do a circular monorail path just around the central tower if you just wanted to set the central tower up, which would make it much easier to display. So that's just something to keep in mind. Setting all of these towers up does set the towers on the left and right back a little bit from the main tower, so it takes up even more space. So you can see what I'm talking about here. There's the main tower, and then we've got the other ones here. So it just takes up a lot of space, which it's a great display piece, but you have to have the space to display it all. But I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to show off today with this. As I look around at it, I might find some other things that are interesting. Like all these holes, I'm not really sure exactly what they're for. I guess you can put the ladder here into any of them. So that might just be what the purpose is, wherever you want to put the ladder. But that might not be it. There might be some little pieces that I have over here on the box that are supposed to go in certain areas. So I'll figure that out. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I plan to do another future look at Eternia. One where I have some of the figures out. They're just buried in my closet right now, so I have to move some stuff around to get to them. So I didn't get them out tonight to show on the monorail and show in the different features, but I will do that in a future video, so you can see that. I have mostly positive things to say about this. I know it wasn't super in-depth. I just wanted to kind of show it off since I just got it. Once I have a little time to see it some more, see if I even have a place to display it, I will give some more in-depth thoughts in the next video. But overall, I love it. The only main complaint I have is that issue I had with the screws. I just could not get some of the screws in by hand, and I don't know if the holes weren't drilled properly or why that issue is there. I was a little irritated by that. But everything else was fine. The stickers weren't hard to put on. I don't really enjoy putting stickers onto toys, but it was not an issue. It looks fantastic. I think the details are great. The monorail is really neat. And I look forward to showing you more of this when I have a little more time with it. But tonight, I got it and was able to finally put it together. Hope you have enjoyed this video and this look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Eternia, and I will catch you in the next one.